Today's episode is about fire-breathing dragons.
Let's talk about that. Good mythical morning.
Thank you for making us a part of your daily routine. The answer is yes. And thank you for being a liar. Now, lying's not good, but listen, we all do it, okay? So
I never do it.
Let's just be honest with ourselves about lying occasionally. Hopefully nothing more than little white lies, but I don't want to get into all of that. What I do want to get into is I have discovered that there is an official world's biggest liar competition held annually every November in Cumbria, England.
Ah, yes.
Competitors from around the world each take 5 minutes to tell their best lie. Basically, a tall tale, and then there's a panel of judges that decide who is the world's biggest liar for that particular year. Okay. Now, there's rules involved. There's no script, and you cannot be a politician or a lawyer. This is true. They are not allowed to enter the competition because, quote, they are judged to be too skilled at telling porkies.
Porkies?
Porkies, I guess, is a lie, or maybe they're lying about what porkies means.
That's what I call a pig in a blanket.
Okay, so they hold a competition. We can't go, but we can hold our own little mini competition here, and you can be the judge. We're each gonna take a few minutes and tell a tall tale. You let us know who is the best liar.
I'm ready.
Okay, I'll let you go first. You lie to your kids a lot.
I do.
So you're practiced at this.
I lie to you all the time too, you just don't know it.
I do know it.
Junior year in college, I am working alone in the basement of Mann Hall, the civil engineering building, and I am in the hydrology demonstration lab, where the hydrology demonstration tank is.
Okay.
It's just basically a metal tank that can be tilted and has water in it. And I'm in there late at night working on a lab project by myself. My group had left. And I hear voices coming from what seems like the tank, but I'm in the basement. And there's nobody else in the basement. There's no vents that I can see anything coming from. It seems like there's voices coming from the tank, and I think maybe this is late at night, something's going on. I go up to it, and I'm like, distinctly, I can hear people talking, and it sounds like it's coming from the metal. I put my ear up to the metal tank, which is attached to the wall itself, and I hear a voice that I recognized. Ravi Patel, nuclear engineering major, who was in my suite. He was a suite mate. And I'm like, what are they talking about? Because he's not using his name. He's calling him something weird. I can't quite make it out. I listened for a while, and it sounds like they're talking in some kind of code and having almost like a secret society type meeting. And I'm like, and I listen, and then eventually they walk away, and I'm like, I have no idea where they're at. I go back the next night, same thing. Over the next couple of weeks, I begin to put together these details. I figure out that these guys are meeting, and something I had heard about in rumors, that there's an underground network of tunnels underneath the campus built in the 1800s. And they are in this underground network of tunnels, and they are something called the Left Brain Society. They call themselves the Left Brain Society. And I found out through listening to these conversations that they had figured out a way to hack the university's intranet and to change grades. And they also figured out a way to hack into the nuclear reactor controls in the Burlington labs, you know, the nuclear reactor that's on NC State's campus.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I've never wanted to be a part of something so bad in my life. So I decide I'm gonna confront Ravi. One night I go into his room. I say, Ravi, I know about the Left Brain Society, and I want in. And if you don't let me in, I'm gonna go public. And he was like, dude, we were about to approach you and ask you to be a part of this. I can't tell you about the initiation process. I can't tell you about the initiation process. I can't tell you about the different access points to the underground network because those things I was sworn to secrecy about. But I can tell you that this is one of the major reasons that I never went to class my junior and senior year, but I made straight A's. It's also the reason that there was that episode of the nuclear reactor almost melting down.
Yes.
That was because we had the ability to cut off the cooling mechanism to the reactor, and we would do it, and we would wait, and right at the last second we would
just
reverse the
around
controls.
with it.
Just for kicks. Left Brain Society.
So have you violated some terms by telling us even this much of the story?
It's disbanded.
It's disbanded?
Yeah. I disbanded it.
By telling the story?
No, last year.
I don't think I ever told you the story of when I was on the set of Saturday Night Live.
Oh, I hadn't heard of this one.
Back in 2008, we had made our documentary Looking for Miss Locklear, and it got a place in a film festival in New York. Remember? You couldn't go, But I took Christy and we went to this thing, and there was a screening there. But listen, here's the thing: nobody was there, and the projectionist came up to me after. He felt sorry. He was like, "Hey, I feel sorry for you. Nobody's here. Don't feel bad. It's a small film festival. Don't care." But and you may think I'm making fun of the way he talks.
No.
But he just talked like he was doing a bad impression of a New Yorker.
Yeah. And
it's pretty spot on, if I must say so myself. So he said, "You know what, to cheer you up, I know a friend of a friend, I'm going to give you some tickets to guess what? Saturday Night Live." And, I mean, growing up, we love Saturday Night Live so much. We'd always talk about it on Sundays. We would obsess over it. So this is kind of like a dream come true. So Christy and I get to go. I'm like, this is a big deal for me. So we go to this thing. We go that night. We go to 30 Rockefeller Center. You have to take a train under there to get to it. Underground train specifically for SNL to go there. Something about light control. I don't know. They don't like the sunlight get in because they shoot it during the day even though they say it's live and it's at night. I don't know. It's all a farce. So we get in there. Mike Myers is the host. And he was promoting, I think, the movie The Love Guru, something Guru like that. I didn't see the movie, but that's why he was there. He was no longer on the cast. He was coming back to promote his movie. And, I mean, the thing's going on. He does an opening number with a song and everything, and I'm really into it, having the time of my life. And then they cut to commercial, and everything takes a little bit longer. It's not, like I said, it's not live. It's taped before a live studio audience. That's something I learned. They go to a break, and then I can see that they're not coming back, and they're trying to get stuff straight, and everything's ready for the next skit, but they're not going to it. They're not going to it. And then the producer comes out and says, "We have to make an announcement. We can't do the next sketch, the biggest one of the night, because the co-star did not show up. They were going to do a throwback to Wayne's World." Yeah, a sketch with Mike Myers and Dana Carvey coming back.
Yeah.
Said Dana missed his flight.
Really?
He could not do it. And the producer says, "Listen, nobody wants to step in and play the part of Garth because, let's face it, I mean, it's a really famous part. None of the other SNL players would want to step into that role and step on Dana Carvey's step on his feet, or step into his shoes.
Yeah, right.
Whatever the case may be. I'll give you some tickets if you can figure that out."
Yeah.
So the producer's looking around with an apologetic look on her face until she makes eye contact with me. And listen, I get into the comments a lot. I know you already know where this story is going. Why? Because you and everybody else says I look like Garth from Wayne's World.
Yeah.
And I knew from the look on the producer's face, she was thinking the same thing. And, you know, it's like the blood left my body. I was immediately nervous, but I was like, "Christy, I have to do this.
Really?
I have to do this." And so I just went up there. I knew what she was going to ask. So I walked up there. They set me up in the blonde wig and the black glasses.
Really?
And I meet Mike Myers, and we're doing the sketch. And I only have one line, which is great. You know, I'm not good at remembering lines.
Yeah, right.
My one line was, if she was the president, she'd be Abraham Lincoln. And that's the only thing I had to remember. And when they got to that part, they kept doing it again and again. And I was like, this is live. Why do they keep doing it again and again? They weren't happy with my performance or something. But eventually I got it. And like Mike was like, "You nailed it, man. Thanks so much for doing this." And then I went back up into the crowd and I watched the rest of the thing. And everyone was like looking at me and they were like, "Wow, that's never happened before." And then a few weeks later, I guess it was within the next week is when they aired the episode.
Yeah, and you were on it.
I wasn't.
Oh.
They cut the sketch entirely. That's why you never see me on Saturday Night Live, and why I've never told anybody, because, I mean, I consider it a personal failure, and it's not the type of thing I want to talk about. I mean, it's not a lie. It's just that I'm not comfortable sharing it with everybody because, I mean, I blew my chance.
That's sad, Link.
But I'll share it with you today for no good reason.
But also not true.
No, it's true. I have the tapes.
Okay. Hopefully you didn't believe either one of those stories, but hopefully you wanted to believe one more than the other. Let us know which one it was.
In the comments below?
Yeah.
You know what time it is.
My name is William. I'm 3 years old, and it's time to spin the wheel of Mythicality.
It's Friday, and that means we're releasing another episode of our podcast, Ear Biscuits. This week's special guest is Natalie Tran of community channel.
Yeah, listen to the Ear Biscuit. Click through to Good Mythical Morning. We have this apparatus that shocks our hands when we administer the lie detector test to each other. Good Mythical Morning. Click through.
Link thinks Rhett is a juice box.
I'm so thirsty.
Whoa. What are you looking at? Whoa. Whoa, hey, what are you looking for my straw?
Cantaloupe juice in there.
You looking for my straw? That's right here, man.
What?
It's right here.
Talking juice box with a straw?
Yeah. Don't, hey, just kidding. I wasn't gonna go all the way.
That wasn't even true?
No!